Welcome back. What was that accent?
Oh, that's really loud.
To the See You Next Thursday podcast.
Woo-hoo.
Yes, we're back.
Yes. It is a swift 10:26 a.m. and we are recording.
It is so early, but it's okay.
We have so much to talk about today. Well, at least I feel like we have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we do.
But how was your week?
It was really fun. Like, low key. I got a day off work. I did have a couple depressing days where I didn't want to get out of my bed and do my laundry, but we did it. That's just life in your 20s sometimes, you know?
Also, laundry in New York is like the most difficult task ever.
It's like the most insane hassle anyone ever has to go through ever. I feel like Sisyphus every time I do my laundry.
No, because like the easiest tasks in New York, like, I mean, moving's not easy, but if you had a car, like, you can just pack everything into your car and like move. Laundry, it's normally in your house, so you can just do your laundry. Even getting groceries, you have a car, you can just store everything in the car.
No. Here,
it's like you have to walk down the block, then you have to wait at the laundromat for 2 hours. So what am I going to do for 2 hours? Like, and then you have to change all your laundry. And then if I like dry, like I hang dry like all of my clothes. Yeah. So it's like
a lot of it is folding for me. I don't enjoy the folding part, but I can't just let it stay in the hamper, obviously. But yeah, other than that, I've had a pretty good week. I watched a lot of rom-coms this week for some unknown reason.
Maybe I'm rubbing off on you.
Well, we did watch the same one, The Map That Leads to You, which is bad.
Classic. Keep them coming.
I know. Amazon Prime, I guess, keep them coming, but like it was like a big nothing burger. But we need those movies, like we do.
But that one specifically was because if y'all remember the idea of You last year, Anne Hathaway, that like actually had a plot, and like basically people were explaining it as like if your mom like got together with Harry Styles. Like,
well, that's like the fanfic, isn't it?
Basically.
Yeah.
I do recommend that one actually because it's just really entertaining, and that one like actually had a plot and like an ending to like grasp onto. This one, I was like, yay, new Amazon Prime shitty romance movie, can't wait to watch. And then it was so nothing.
I really like Madeline Klein. I think she's good in the second Glass Onion movie.
Yes.
Wait, the second Knives Out movie, Glass Onion.
That one. She needs to dissolve her top lip filler though, because it's making her look like
she
like pouty even when she's smiling.
She's yeah, but she's a beautiful girl.
Oh,
like
she's so pretty.
She's so stunning. KJ Apa though, I'm not attracted to him.
Like,
were you?
No. Grimy.
Literally.
Also, like, you do nothing with your life. Don't care what your grandfather or whatever
I literally don't care. Also, I knew the entire time he was gonna get sick. Like, that was clearly obvious.
Well, if you guys watched My Oxford Year this year.
Okay, people were mentioning that in the Letterboxd comments. They were like, double feature.
Well, a crazy double feature I suggest is Sorry Baby and My Oxford Year, because both about students who get involved with teachers. However, Sorry Baby's so depressing, and My Oxford Year is kind of crazy. But yeah, it's funny that both of these movies have a sick man that our female lead character is interested in.
Yeah. I just you should watch it and get your own thoughts on whether you're attracted to KJ Apa or not. And then I also watched 27 Dresses for the first time. That was a big moment for me because I love James Marsden. So that was really fun. And then I also watched I Want You Back, which is like a 2022 rom-com with, oh my goodness, Jenny Slate and Charlie Day. And it was kind of like really fun.
I haven't heard of this.
Yeah.
I saw you watch this though, which is...
Yeah, it was like they both try to get back their exes back. They both get broken up with, and they help each other to get their exes back. It's like kind of fun.
And they probably end up together.
I'm not spoiling the rom-com. How was your week, Sarah?
Okay, this week is truly the calm before the storm because I finally got another job.
Yeah.
Or like 2 other jobs, which is so exciting because if you don't know, I've been looking for a job for about 3 months now. I've applied to over 70 jobs and I've gotten a couple jobs. Hold on.
Sorry for the trucks.
I've gotten a couple of jobs. I've trained at them and then they either A, have let me go for scheduling reasons, or B, ghosted me.
Rude. I would never ghost Sarah.
Which is crazy because you're a corporation and I want to earn money. And even when I like double texted, sent my schedule, all these things, what happened with the first job is I sent my schedule and they just didn't respect that. They were like, oh, can you come in tomorrow? And I said, no. Did you read the schedule? And then they just said, your next paycheck is ready, or your last paycheck is ready to be picked up.
Your last paycheck.
Literally, my last paycheck of what? Like, I worked here a week. So, like, truly, it's been an uphill battle, and it's been a really rough summer because of that. This is, yeah. So, next week, I start 2 new jobs, hopefully, because one of them has not texted me my schedule yet. Fantastic.
Deep sigh.
No, literally, because I texted them on Tuesday and she said by the end of this week you'll know your schedule. So it's the end of the week.
It's literally the end of the week.
I'm gonna text though. But I have like a lot of responsibilities at these jobs and I just gotta get my life together a bit. But
it's gonna be so good.
It's gonna be so good. And most importantly, I'm gonna be doing something I love but also making money.
Yep.
So
Yep.
Yeah. Stay tuned to hear about
more
that.
crazy Sarah jobs.
Yeah. But I also like this week was like, again, nothing. And I kind of just tried to relax and do everything that I needed to do before the craziness of September, because like September is really crazy with traveling and then going to NIF. And then October is crazy. My family's coming in September and October. November, we go to California. December is just wrapping things up. The holidays is always crazy. I'm just losing a lot of money these next 4 months. So
no, literally, I'm really scared. I'm really scared for my bank account, but we're just living like, I gotta like remind myself that we're living life in the city and we're young girls and money comes back. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's like a nice, the right way to look at it.
Well, no, you know my quote that money is meant to be spent. Money is meant to be spent.
You have said that to me before. And that's truly how I feel, where I'm like, it has to come back because I'm going to spend it.
And it will come back in trifold. Is that what it is?
Tenfold.
That
trifold, tenfold.
That was such a Dylan O'Brien.
Billionfold.
I'm manifesting $1 million billion.
I keep saying that to you
because
I need $1 million billion.
I'm manifesting it, and money's meant to be spent, and I'm sure that I'll earn $1 million billion trillion.
Yes.
We have a stock report too.
We do stock updates.
Stock update.
What's first?
To me, sentimental value. Stocks are through the roof, actually.
Yep.
Just checked in on some things. Again, hate Gold Derby, but like I do look at those things because it's a lot of critics who have seen the movie already saying these things. However, Wicked and Marty Supreme, we'll get to it. Sentimental value. Director stocks up. Screenplay stocks potentially through the roof. Sinners, I think, will be taking original screenplay though, so it's hard for me to be like, yeah, Joachim got it in the bag, because I don't know if he does. Renate stocks are a bit up. I'm sure they're gonna go down. But from last I checked, like it's in all the major categories. So
do you think Elle Fanning in Best Supporting Actress? No. Damn, I would really enjoy that.
I think there's a lot of really big supporting actress like hitters, also like a lot of Oscar baity supporting actors.
Actresses.
That one. Sorry.
okay.
Oh my god. Sorry to the actresses.
So sorry. No, yeah. I would really like if Elle Fanning got nominated just because I think she's pretty.
And you know what?
But I'm sure, like, I'm also excited for the movie, and I'm sure, like, I feel like she's gonna slay. I mean, she's playing, like, this movie star in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard that apparently the only scenes in English in the movie are the scenes with her in it. So I'm just, like, really excited for, like, for this. I need to watch Worst Person in the World before we see it. It's actually on Tubi right now.
Not on Tubi, bro.
Tubi is for the people. Don't even play about Tubi.
It's probably also still on Hulu, I think.
Okay, but I got ads on Hulu. I got ads on Hulu.
That's true. But there's ads on Tubi too.
Oh yeah, you might be right. I feel like there's less though.
No, I feel like there's just about the same.
Anyways,
I also have it on DVD, so if you want something ad free,
if you want to utilize physical media, maybe come over.
I don't know like how necessary Worst Person in the World is to Sentimental Value. However, Worst Person in the World like was the first like screenplay nom, and like where I feel like Joachim, also Renate, like really started
I feel
to
like
get up
it's
there.
necessary to watch.
It's really good.
I feel like it's really necessary
good
to watch before Sentimental Value.
Seeing this trailer also is just making me so excited. Like, oh my god.
The trailer is really good too.
It's so me coded. Like, okay. I'm really excited.
J. Kelly stocks?
Okay. J. Kelly stocks are plummeting. However, Adam Sandler stocks are up.
I don't think George Clooney is getting a nom.
No. I think J. Kelly's holding on for dear life right now.
Yeah, that's how I feel too.
But
I wonder how New York is going to accept it. Is that like a grammatically correct sentence? I wonder how the New York reception is going to be.
Like the film festival or like in general?
Like the audience of New York Film Festival, how they're going to receive it. I don't know.
He's like low-key a New York darling, like on the level of Luca, because like everything he does goes there. Like White Noise was also at the New York Film Festival.
Yeah.
So like I could see them embracing it.
Yeah.
When it comes out, I will be curious to see what the reception is.
Me too. Okay, so those stocks are like down but also like hanging on a cliff. Like okay. Hamnet stocks remain up.
I literally think they're climbing too. I think Jessie Buckley's climbing. I low-key think Chloe Zhao is climbing. Although Kugler, hang in there.
Hang in there,
girl. You got this. I do think Chloe Zhao stocks are up. I think Hamnet adapted stocks are up. Like,
yeah.
I do think like because everyone is talking about it. So.
Yeah. Best Picture possibilities. I know you want Sinners, but like
I have no idea what Best Picture possibilities are even going to look like.
You're right. We should shut up about
because
that.
I do see a world where Sentimental Value like low key could
take the cake. Yeah,
it feels like something the Oscars would go for. However, it is technically a foreign film, so
yeah, and
they don't embrace foreign films whatsoever, as we know.
Yeah,
so I could see like that being really like attractive to the Oscars.
Yeah.
Same with Marty Supreme. I see that being very like,
oh, I can't believe it's coming out on Christmas, bro. I feel like I have to wait like a year to see it.
That's what it feels like.
But it genuinely is so close. Like you were just saying how close Christmas is, and I was like, wait, Marty Supreme isn't that far away.
That's so crazy. Which means Wicked is even closer. Ariana Grande, her stocks are officially in the lead.
Her stocks are up.
And like I also the trailers that have been getting released are very Ariana focused, and I do think they're leading with her as their award baby. That was not
their award
darling. I do think they're leading with her, and so it's interesting to see that Cynthia is getting erased from the narrative. I mean, a couple weeks ago I did say like he'd be smart to lead with Ariana because that's their best chance of getting a huge award for this.
Yeah. I don't know. If she won, I feel like it could change the game.
Yeah.
And that's also how I feel about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. So the Rock stocks are unfortunately up
climbing.
And I'm very scared for a world in which he wins Best Actor.
Not one I really want to
live in at all.
Or picture. Another world where Timothy gets snubbed again.
Oh my gosh. Like year after year after year, like it's kind of a humiliation ritual at this point.
Also, like him winning at like he won at SAG last year. It's like, oh my god, when will he do it?
What else does he have to do for you to give him a freaking award?
It'll be for the most mid performance of his life. It's
gonna be a legacy. Is that what they call it? A legacy Oscar, where they're just like, yeah, sure, you've been working for 50 years. Like, no, give it to him now. I don't know,
but I know I've heard a lot of chatter about Jeremy Allen White and how he could also be like a serious. Both the Jeremys could be a serious contender.
If Jeremy Strong gets nominated for an Oscar, wait, I'm about to go Succession head real quick. If they do the thing where the previous year's winner announces who won, Kieran Culkin could give Jeremy Strong a freaking Oscar. Do I think that's gonna happen? No. Would it be an incredible world to live in?
No, but we can hope.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm writing fan fiction about that tonight. Okay. Like, wow, I can't believe I just thought of that.
Let's get our crystals out tonight.
No, literally, my crystals are over there. Okay. I'm charging them. Like,
I think we should do it, honestly. Okay, we can spearhead this. We can spearhead this campaign.
Jeremy Strong's Best Supporting Actor campaign.
It's not impossible.
No, I don't know if Springsteen's going to be a good movie. Obviously, I know the Jeremys are probably both going to be really good in it. So, like, performance noms, I wouldn't be mad at, but wins for the Bruce Springsteen movie, I don't know. That's just, like, my personal, like...
Biopics are really hard.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I would love for Jeremy Strong to win an Oscar, but that's me being hella biased.
I mean, aren't we biased about everyone?
No, me with Kieran Culkin last year, like, guys, my favorite's about to win an Oscar.
Like, all of our picks are biased, but so is the Academies.
You're right.
You know what?
We should be a part of the Academy.
Oh, we should. I don't know why they're not sending me updates.
No,
personally.
Like, I'll send you my address. Like, I need the voting link.
Well, someone we both know can vote in SAG because they're part of the union.
You're right.
Stay tuned.
Wait, we're infiltrating SAG.
Oh, I am for sure. Actually, wait, I won't say anything because maybe that could get that person in trouble. They don't know them. Who cares? Yeah.
No, I'm coming over when that ballot's out.
I'm voting on the SAG ballots this year.
I'm crying. Wow.
Yeah, never mind.
Any other stocks?
Sinner stock, stay strong. Just stay there. Hold out.
I need everyone to keep watching it on HBO Max. I need everyone to keep talking about them on Twitter. We gotta keep this campaign going.
You know what? Yesterday, I'm actually participating in the Vulture fantasy movie draft this year.
What's that?
So it's basically you pick 8 movies and you win points for box office, Metacritic score, and awards.
Okay.
And so it's like you have fake $100 and you pick your movies and then you guess like how many speeches will thank the Academy, how many people are in the in memoriam, which is crazy. Like how many people.
Yeah, wait, these are this is so sports.
It's so sports.
I don't know if I
but
can do
it really made me think last night because Sinners was $40, Wicked was $45. Or I think they were both 45 or something like that. I chose Sinners. I chose Avatar Fire and Ash because Avatar Fire and Ash is going to get probably a good Metacritic score or like at least in the mid section of that. It's going to make a lot of money and it's going to be in a bunch of technical awards.
Yeah.
So that's good. Sinners will also be all of those except Sinners doesn't count for domestic box office because it was released in April. Isn't that crazy?
What?
Yeah.
It doesn't count?
They're not counting it. Yeah.
Wow.
So then I chose No Other Choice. I chose The Secret of Anne Lee or something like that. The Amanda Seyfried.
The Testament of Anne Lee.
The Testament of Anne Lee.
Yeah.
I chose that.
Honestly, hype for that movie. Those stocks are up.
Those stocks are looking good. They're looking good. I chose Sorry Baby, because Sorry Baby's gonna go crazy at the Indie Spirits. Listen to me, they're gonna go crazy.
No, we were talking about this last night. Sorry Baby's sweeping the Indie Awards, like.
And like, I understand it's ineligible for box office, but I know it has an amazing Metacritic score, and I know it's sweeping every indie everything. So I'm set.
I'm so excited.
And then I chose K-pop Demon Hunters because I know K-pop Demon Hunters. I think that's gonna
maybe
be
some original music.
Yeah, I think original music. I think animated, but who's to say?
Yep. Wow.
I don't think that was 8, but
I don't know if I can do that. That feels a little bit like sports gambling to me, and it stresses me out.
it was very sports, and I like that it made me think about these things, but I didn't like how it made me feel sometimes.
No, yeah. I didn't like how it made me feel. That's sports. That's genuinely sports.
No, yeah.
Any other stocks? Stockwatch over?
Probably Stockwatch over.
Stockwatch over. Tune in next week for Stockwatch. Next week, I just want to say get hyped for the pod next week because we're talking about The Long Walk and the history of sound. So
crazy double feature.
Clock in for the double feature next week. Go to the movies, see those movies. And also follow us on Instagram, See You Next Thursday Pod, TikTok, See You Next Thursday Pod, YouTube and Spotify, See You Next Thursday Podcast. Keep leaving those comments. Keep subscribing. We're loving it. We're throwing a party when we hit 100 subscribers.
Yeah, we'll do something crazy.
Wait, we're going to do something crazy.
And we've been loving your comments, so keep commenting what you want to see from us. Keep commenting your thoughts and opinions. We obviously love seeing them, and keep going to the movies.
Yeah, literally, because I want you guys to watch the pod, so I need you guys to go to the movies. Like, that's how this works.
We need you.
We need you.
Yo.
It's like that military propaganda poster. We need you.
But it's for this podcast.
But it's for movies.
And movies.
And the theatrical distribution of it all.
Correct. So this week, we're talking about
Twinless.
And let me tell you, comedies are back.
They're back. Go see Twinless. Like, go to the movies and see this movie because it was so nice seeing it. We saw it opening night. It was so nice seeing it with a packed theater. The jokes hit harder. Everyone's like, what the F is going on right now? It's like so nice to see with a community of people. It was a lovely experience.
I like this is a 7:00 evening movie right after work or drinks at happy hour kind of move, I think, with like your bestie, your boyfriend, like someone funny.
Someone who's gonna laugh with you.
Yeah. That's like the vibe. Like our theater was so hype, and
there was a cackler. I love when a movie has a cackler in it, like the theater. All the way in the back row, you just hear
literally
like and just like higher and louder than everyone else, because that makes me laugh, and now I'm laughing at the movie with you because your laugh is funny.
Or just that like it was silent and then and then I would start laughing because I heard someone laugh at something that I didn't think was that funny.
Also, we're gonna get to it. We're gonna try to be normal about this movie and like go in order, but there was a moment where Sara laughed for I think 2 minutes straight, and I couldn't stop laughing because Sara couldn't stop laughing.
This movie had me one of those moments like how you're talking about in Weapons when you just kept laughing.
I'm phobic.
That happened to me in this, but like multiple times where I just couldn't stop laughing, and I had to literally hold myself back from laughing because I was giggling so much.
I think you looked at me and there were like tears in your eyes.
Literally tears in my eyes. My hair was crazy by the end of it.
Bro, Sara gets up from the chair. Her hair is like teased to the gods. I'm like, Sara, your hair. But it's okay. We're in a dark theater. Like, hair does not matter. But
you know when you wear a low ponytail at the movies and you're sitting in that chair and it just keeps
itching its way up. Only girls will understand. Not to gender it, but
like also in the winter time when you're wearing one of those like headband wraps that around your hair, and then your hair in the back just goes whoop, 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 whoop.
No,
girls
literally
will understand.
No, literally.
That's what happened to me.
Anyways, this movie was freaking fun. I went into it having only seen the trailer, knowing it won some sort of award at Sundance. And I was like, oh, I know what the twist is going to be. I'm so cool because I know what the twist is going to be.
We both sat outside of the theater and we said, we already know what's going to happen.
Well, I just wanted to like gauge Sarah's thoughts on what the twist was going to be. I wasn't trying to be like, I'm all knowing, but I was like, from the trailer, I think the twist is this. And you were like, oh yeah, for sure. And then I was like, he's gay too, right? And you were like, oh yeah, it's a little gay.
You know, you said, this is a little gay, right? And I said, oh yeah, definitely gay.
100% gay. And then it was just gay in ways we didn't imagine. And it was also, the twist was not what we expected.
Completely. Also, what I love about this movie, the twist is literally in the first like 30 minutes of the movie. Twist, I guess.
We're gonna spoil Twinless like right now.
So like keep watching if you want, but also like you should actually see this.
See this movie, come back to us. They're drilling outside my house. What the hell? Anyways, pay attention to me. Lock in on me.
Lock in.
Okay. So there's a title card drop 30 minutes into the movie.
Yeah.
Which immediately, like, I don't know, I should have noticed there was no title card in the first like 5 minutes, but then you get like into the movie and you're like, okay, we're locked in now. And then you just see like a blah 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 production and you're like, oh my god. Like, I don't know why it freaked me out when the title card came in so late, but it was kind of like a moment of like, okay, we're watching a movie. Like, this is incredible.
For a long period of time, I felt like movies stopped doing credits and things like that at the beginning, or when they did, it was just all of the production companies, boom, 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 or like distributors, boom, 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 and then it was the movie. This kind of did that with like a couple, but it's just indie, and then it just played the movie, so it was very normal for me to just go into it. But then when they started playing all of the in association with, produced by, I gagged. I forgot.
Yeah, I don't know why. I think for a split second I thought the movie was over, but that was like my dumb brain. Like, I was like, oh, but in reality they were just being really smart and interesting how they were dropping the not opening credits, but like, you're right, the production companies and the distribution companies. And then the Twinless font is really fun. I've been talking about fonts a lot recently.
You love them fonts.
But it is really fun. And then, so yeah, we meet Roman.
We meet Roman first, and the first thing is like you hear a car crash off camera.
Off screen.
You hear a car crash, and then it's just a funeral, and you see Dylan O'Brien, and I mean, it's called Twinless, so we're like,
just
yep, that's his twin.
Yeah.
And then it's like really awkward because it made me think about a lot of things that obviously I don't think about, being like looking like someone. Like, there's all these like just people coming up saying like, you just look so much like him.
Yeah,
and
I can't talk to you. You remind me of him. It's like, whoa, not too much.
And I just existed.
Yeah. This movie made me think a lot about like twins, genuinely. And like, we're not twins, but I was just like, I have like friends who are twins, and I was like, I don't know if you guys should go see this movie.
It might destroy you.
It might like screw your head up, genuinely, because I don't think I could watch a movie about my literal other half possibly passing away. But no, the funeral scene is really funny because we actually go back to the funeral scene later in the movie and learn who one of the people who hug him is.
Well, we see this whole first half through Dylan O'Brien's perspective. Dylan O'Brien plays Roman. We see Roman's entire perspective of this situation. Then, including them going to group and him kind of starting to grapple with his emotions after he's lost someone.
And he meets Dennis. Yes. Dennis got them crazy eyes.
Dennis, okay, this is going to sound probably off. Dennis reminded me of Conan Gray, of like Conan Gray's personality, and like how I think Conan Gray like in his YouTube days was.
They both got that mop of like brown hair. I see where you're coming from.
I watched Conan Gray in the YouTube days, guys. Like, I was there.
She's been there.
So like,
me with Troye Sivan.
Same with Troye Sivan.
Don't even play.
What do you know about My Happy Little Pill? Blue
What do you know about
Neighborhood?
Tricks?
No, Tricks. What do y'all know about Tricks?
Anyway, we got off topic.
But like that's what he reminded me of, and instantly, you know, this guy's a little off.
I feel so bad for him. I feel really like I
do too.
I have empathy and sympathy for his character so much, but I'm also like, you a freak.
You a freak. But this is the thing I love about movies is you empathize with people who not always necessarily deserve to be empathized with.
Yeah.
And like I grapple with that so much in Spike Lee movies all of the time. I'm grappling with that. Like movies as of recently, I've been feeling horrible for people who don't deserve any empathy in the world. But like this was one of those instances where you know he's doing bad thing or he's doing something bad, but you just can't help but feel empathetic for him.
Okay, what I like about this movie too, and movies in general, is how they reveal information to you, and like how you're essentially in the dark for like the first 30 minutes of this movie, and then you get more and more information revealed. And so after the title card, like you said, first 30 minutes are through Dylan O'Brien's perspective. Title card happens. Sorry, Roman, because there's two Dylan O'Briens. Roman's perspective. Title card happens, and then Rocky walks up, and we get to learn a little bit about Rocky,
The other twin. The twin who
passes away.
Yes.
In the car crash. And thoughts on Dylan O'Brien playing gay?
I like it. Keep doing it.
I like it. It was so it was
big year for twins.
Huge year for twins.
Like how many twin movies have we had this year where an actor plays their twin? It's been
Mickey 17, Sinners, Twinless,
Superman, Alto Nights.
At least 5. That's crazy.
This year was the year of the twin. That's what I'm gonna call it.
The year of the twin.
There's so many twin movies and like twin representation. Am I right?
Yes. We meet Rocky.
And we meet Dennis before the accident.
Yeah. And basically they had like a little one night fling.
Okay, and like gay men in particular, everyone
speak on it, Sarah. Speak on the gay man experience.
Everyone is at fault for this. Every single sexuality, every single person at fault for this. However, gay men in particular, they have open relationships. They are non-monogamous, which is completely fine, totally cool. And I could see why Dennis really grasped onto this because they had an emotional connection. They talked about, well, they're twins, but it was emotional, and obviously like they had.
Well, wasn't Dennis being like a little freak the entire time, being like, yes, twins are so hot? He didn't mention to Rocky that he had a twin because he hadn't thought up the plan yet, but the entire time he was like, oh, you're a twin, that's so hot, wait, tell me about your twin. And then they do have like an emotional moment underneath the bed sheets where Rocky's talking about how much he loves and misses Roman, which makes what we've learned from the funeral and like relationship with his mother like really sad, because like they obviously weren't close, and when twins aren't close, it's like, aw, that's really sad. Any like siblings who aren't close, I have like a lot of empathy because my sister and I are actual best friends. So like knowing, not like, it's not even when like they're not close, but when like siblings actually kind of like hate each other. Yeah. It's like I grew up with a pair of siblings who hated each other, and it was really honestly upsetting, and like it makes you feel really lucky that you have such a like close knit relationship, and like how twins are like, that's a built-in best friend. That's how I feel about my sister. So it is a built-in bestie. Like at the family reunions, at all the family gatherings, you got someone you can talk to. So the way I can't relate. Well, that's why I had to clarify. You don't hate your sibling. I don't hate my sibling. We are very far apart in age. Yeah. And so 2 different lives we're living right now, but we're gonna love each other in adulthood, I hope. I see it for you. Yeah, it's coming. But But this is when I was like, Dennis, you're a freak. Like, fetishizing twins, which is like the weirdest thing to fetishize.
So weird.
But he
So weird.
basically gets hella attached, which, like, girl, I do too. I get it. But he wasn't normal about it. This is, I think, when we also meet Marcy for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And
My girl.
Marcy's such a cutie poo. Like,
He's
oh my
like, Francois.
God.
Babe,
Get on it.
You're on my client list now. You have a huge career ahead of you.
We see it in the stars. It's written in the stars.
You're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen.
I love your teeth.
You said you want to bite on her teeth.
I said I wanted to nibble on her teeth. Okay, her teeth are perfect to me. Also, like, ginger rep. I don't know if that's like hair dye, but like
big year for gingers.
Ginger rep. Yeah. Wait, I thought you were leaning into me.
Big year for gingers.
Marcy's such a cutie pie, but I honestly really like when we're in Dennis's workspace. I think that's a really fun environment.
So fun too. The boss is like kind of detached and like she's so. I love how like stereotypical she is for like a work. Literally your coworker.
That is such, yeah, like it's so just like stereotypical work environment, but the way he wrote it was like super fun.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like, I don't talk about my personal life. Well, it's my personal life. Like, just
Yeah.
like quippy little lines that I'm like, oh, this would so happen. And like the character of Marcy being the receptionist. When we first meet Marcy, I feel like we're not supposed to think anything of her other than she's like a minor character. Turns out she's not. She's a main crucial part of the story, which I love that she comes into it. I feel like she was really well written.
Me too. I thought she was just a full like rounded woman as well. I feel like sometimes they just throw the woman in there, but she like she sleuths out Dennis.
She's like a catalyst for a big,
and she balances out Roman, Dylan O'Brien's character, so perfectly, and you can see like why that would be a realistic relationship.
why their relationship works. It makes so much sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to jump too far ahead, but there is a moment that I won't talk about it. Should I just mention it?
We'll just keep going.
Okay. Yeah.
But we get everything from Roman's perspective. We get everything from Dennis's perspective. And we
go right up until he gets hit by the car.
Yes.
And so the reason he gets hit by the car is because Rocky's with another man. Dennis walks up.
Follows him, actually.
Follows him. Breaks into his house and follows him. Anyways.
Literally.
Rocky turns around, walks into the street. Boom.
Boom.
Boom. Crash. Bang.
And it's Dennis's fault.
It's truly Dennis's fault. I just want to mention Chris Parfetti. Love you, King.
So
I gasped.
Surprised. It was another Laura Dern moment where we were sitting back and then all of a sudden
I was like,
what are you doing here?
I know that face. I know that face.
I would know that face anywhere. And he plays like a small role, but he's hilarious in this. He's the character George.
Yeah. Okay,
He's so funny.
George.
Come on, George.
He was in Looking, which is like a TV show and also a movie with Jonathan Groff. So love him. And then obviously Abbott Elementary.
I know him from Abbott.
Yeah.
Abbott is
yeah.
Love Abbott.
But so that we learn exactly what happens. And then we go back to present time.
Yeah, for the most part.
Basically they bonded. They become each other's twins.
Yes. Ugh.
And like Dennis is lying hella about this twin that we don't know doesn't exist, or like we kind of.
I feel like it's like the lie just keeps getting deeper and
bigger
deeper
and bigger. Yeah.
But we find out that he doesn't have a twin because he photoshops a picture of him. He like is like doing graphic design at his job. He photoshops himself basically twice, and then that's when we as the audience find out that he doesn't have a twin.
Yeah,
that's not a twin, because Roman mentions, me and my brother have a picture by the Christmas tree where we're like, you couldn't tell which one is which.
Yeah, can tell us apart. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that is so psychotic. I'm sorry I'm going so in on Dennis, but like I'm just not a person who lies, and I've said this before where it's like I find it very hard to live in a big lie.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine like the whole relationship is like built on a freaking lie. Obviously that's the point of the freaking movie.
It is not only the whole relationship, but like his whole life right now, because Roman is Dennis's life. And like this is explored more again in the movie, but like I really feel for Dennis sometimes, because I also have been in the position where I love my friends so much that I get so attached that when I'm not with them, it's like, what is the point of all of this? Like, why? I also feel like the need to have a companion, and like companionship it means a lot to me. And I think it's definitely changed over time, but especially when I was younger, I mean, I always had like seasonal depression, but in the summer, because I knew I wasn't going to be seeing as many people. I knew that like I wasn't going to have that like partnership and companionship and like consistentness of seeing people. And I really thrive off of that. And I feel like that's also kind of like transferred over into my adult relationships. I cling on to people a lot. And even in like my relationship, I feel like I sometimes like really cling, because I feel like it's just partnership and companionship that I really thrive and like crave.
Yeah.
And it took a lot for me to like, even like living by myself was a lot, because I knew that I was separating myself from like people.
Yeah.
And I just really empathized with Dennis, and I knew what he meant when he said he didn't want it to be over.
Yeah. I also love my friends so bad, it's sickening. But I'm trying to think of all the friendships I have right now that I deeply care about, and I'm imagining like me lying to get into the friendship, or like having to explain a lie every time we hang out. That just sounds like exhausting and like awful for my mental health. And so like, Dennis, I empathize with you. Also, creating a fake dead twin with someone who's actually experienced that grief is just so crazy, because like you got to be some sort of like emotionally removed from like what that person is going through, because they're actually going through what you made up, and like you just don't get it. Like it's a true experience of you just don't get it.
It is. And I feel like though, like, this is not from personal experience, because I'm not a liar, but like I know that some liars, you just get so deep in the lie that you start like believing it actually happened. So I could see how it led that way, but also like I don't condone lying.
He just got in too deep. Sorry.
Yeah.
We don't condone lying.
We don't.
He did just get in too deep, but it gets to a point where it's like, you gotta stop, man.
It goes too far.
Too far. The Halloween party.
Well, first the hockey game.
Sorry. Let's talk about the hockey game.
This is when, okay, I also like, I'll start the Dylan O'Brien Indie Spirits campaign for Best Actor, because he gets, first of all, he's playing a twin, so like already that's gonna be hard. But he gets really into this character. This hockey game, I feel like, is what bonds him. Like, y'all know when you have that one sleepover or that one hangout
that changes the game.
This was that moment. And so they go to this hockey game, and then afterwards they get called an F slur by a random man on the street. And then Dylan O'Brien starts fighting these people.
Pummels them. Pummels.
And Dennis has a line. There's 3 of them, and they're all attacking Dylan O'Brien, Roman. And Dennis is standing in the back, and then he said, "Oh, get that one," and or like, "Oh, there's another one
over there."
And that was one of the moments that made me giggle, like literally just into the next scene, because it was so funny to me, and like I'm that person. Like,
oh, there's another one right there.
There's another one right there. Get that one. Like,
also in tandem with the hockey scene on the drive there to Seattle, they're singing in the car together, and like that was a really cute moment of like, we obviously both like the song, and they just start singing and they get louder and louder, and I was like, oh, this is such like, this scene could be in a rom-com.
Yes,
because it's very clear that like the reason Dennis is doing this is because he has this obsession with this person and this person's face and like this person's like personality, even though they're kind of different. So it really does feel like Dennis like is in love with Roman, and it's very clear that Roman is a straight man, which is like a really fun dynamic that we play with the entire movie.
Yeah, and he's like mourning the loss of his one night stand, which like low-key know some friends like that.
Oh.
Like,
Wow.
like this is representation for you, I guess, because
Eat them up.
like you're mourning someone you literally
Didn't know.
do not know.
Yeah.
You know, such a singular moment in their life, and
Yeah.
but I think that is like such a crazy concept, and I would love to like go behind and be like, James Sweeny, how did you know that? Like, how did you write that? Is that real?
Is that real?
Is that real? Anyways, that happens at the hockey game. They go back to the hotel, and then Dylan O'Brien is screaming and crying, and like, because Dennis says, you can, like, why don't you act like I'm Rocky?
Oh my god, I can't believe I skipped over all this to go to the Halloween party scene. You're right. They're in the hotel room. He's like, pretend I'm Rocky and tell me everything you wanted to tell him. This scene's cray. And it's an amazing moment from Dylan O'Brien. Like, I think he's a great actor, but this cemented, I'll start the campaign. Like, Wow.
This was juice. Like, this was the good stuff.
This is juice.
He's screaming, he's crying, he's really crying.
Yeah.
I wonder how many times they had to do this take.
Snot was going in his mouth.
Snot, tears in the mouth. And the camera work in this movie in particular, they do this thing where it's always, they start from a really wide shot and then they zoom in. And this is another one of those instances, and it's so powerful. And of course, the two characters bond over this, just like, Dylan O'Brien is insane in this moment, and that really cemented, I think, his big one.
He did his big one.
He did. He did.
This scene feels like a release in a lot of ways, just because we finally get Roman is finally like grieving out loud.
Yeah.
We didn't mention the mom in the beginning, but she is there during the funeral and when they're trying to clean out Rocky's apartment, and it's kind of very clear when she's like, you need to get help, and he's like, you need to get help too, and she's like, yeah, I will, but you need to get help. And that's kind of maybe the catalyst for him going to group. But
you can tell they're estranged too.
Yeah, the like this whole family of the mom and the twins, all of them, like, there's some beef between them. And I think this is the first time he's yelling at the mom in the beginning of the movie. Like it reminded me of my brother, low key, like just like anger and just like can't express his emotions. I feel like this is the first time we actually see Roman like talk about his brother in a way that's not stilted or stifled. And it's a really beautiful moment. Unfortunately, that freak is there. No, I'm kidding.
They do bond, and like I think that also shows like that's how strong the bond is. They had that one little sleepover that really changed things, and then just like that, like you know that Roman completely trusts Dennis in this moment, and that's why it gets so complicated.
It gets so good and complicated.
Yes, and then we can go to the Halloween party, which was arguably the scene that I'm just thinking about all of the time now.
James Sweeny, you're a genius. Let's talk about it, because
oh my god,
they're dressed up as Sims, and I think this is like a callback to earlier when it's Roman playing The Sims.
Yeah, and him and Rocky used to play,
and his twin dies in The Sims, which is really funny. Sorry,
he must have named his sim Rocky and was playing as Rocky, which is hilarious to me, because my friends and I in COVID, we had a Sims era, and we would literally name them after people in our life and literally make people in our life in The Sims, not in like a making fun of way, but we'd choose people that we love, and we'd be like, okay, like this person's going to work today because she's gonna be the president, and like this person is working here because that's just what they do. Like, we also in The Sims, like our characters worked at like fast food and things like that, so like we're not making fun of everyone. Like, we're literally doing that. Life imitates art, and that's exactly what Roman was doing in this moment.
Yes. So they literally have their little like green hats on or whatever. They walk into this Halloween party. It's a 2-shot of their oh my god, I'm gonna like start like sweating thinking about it. It's a 2-shot of their faces and their upper halves, and then we go into split screen, but in the most freaking fun way possible. The camera stays on Dylan O'Brien's face, and it moves with Dennis, James Sweeney's character. I don't know if there's a better way to describe
the different
it.
perspectives of the party. So Earlier in the movie, Roman mentions, oh, there's this guy named Sammy, I think you'd really like him because he's gay, and so is Dennis, which is hilarious in itself.
Such a straight man thing to say.
It's like, oh yeah, like we're both gay, we have so much in common, great. So the guy he mentions is there. He says, you guys stay here, I'll go get a drink. And so instead of like cutting between
the two,
Dennis and Roman, it just stays on both of them
the entire time.
We get Roman's perspective and we get Dennis's perspective, and that's when we see Roman meets Marcy, and that's when they start hitting it off. But Dennis and Sammy, the guy that Roman mentioned, aren't really hitting it off, but Dennis is very protective of Roman because obviously he's like obsessed with him. But
we're in this sequence for like, I want to say like 5 minutes, 7 minutes. Like it's a long split screens. Big year for split screens. They've been back, and I've been saying this, like no one ever listens to Frankie, but like split screens are where it's at. And like, thank you James Sweeny for like hearing me and like doing it. Anyways,
split screens are so back.
What's really fun is that after Sam and Dennis stop talking, Sam's like, let me go upstairs and find Roman. He walks up the stairs, and then we get this zoom out or zoom in.
It's a zoom out technically, because we see the split screen and it's in a mirror.
Yes.
And so it's zooming out from the mirror,
and it matches the frame
to then match shot the frame of Dylan O'Brien.
Oh my goodness. That is filmmaking right there. That's inspiring stuff. Like, I think this is a reason to go see the movie for this one sequence. It low-key, this has no merit or no similarities whatsoever, but like the scene in the middle of Sinners that completely like changes the game, it's kind of like that, where like for me, filmmaking wise and form wise, like this scene in the middle makes the movie freaking incredible.
And there's another scene too where Dennis is making a voicemail, and it kind of does the same thing. It's just a zoom out from a mirror.
That was crazy.
Like multiple times. That doesn't really make sense now that when I say it like that, but you just have to see it. The camera form and like the movement of it is such, like you're saying, inspiring filmmaking, inspiring editing. Freaking bring back editing movies.
Yeah.
It's so cool seeing the future of filmmaking and like how that literally like they are carving a new path of how film is created. And like, I didn't know new things could be discovered, but it's like it's a split screen, but it's completely something I've never seen before.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, just making sure. No, it's like, also are we in the split screen when the funny sim moment happens, or is that out of the split screen?
We're in the split screen.
Let's talk about it. Roman is explaining The Sims to Marcy. In this situation, I am Marcy. I've never played The Sims. I've watched people play it. I think it's really fun and funny, but like I do not play video games very much. So I was totally relating to Marcy. Roman is going in on how The Sims work, and it's the most funny, like, if you've ever had a hyperfixation, you understand how he's speaking to her. And this is a moment where Sara, I was also laughing, but when the Simlish happens, it's unlike anything ever.
Simlish mention.
It's so funny because he's trying to explain, and she's like, oh, I just thought it was a video game with gibberish. And he's like, no, it's Simlish. And then he starts speaking in Simlish, and it's like, oh my God, you're insane. Like, you're also kind of a freak in like a cute way.
Like, you're so weird. And I've been there before. I'm like, with Animal Crossing, I've had to explain that to people, and I just sounded crazy just now. It's so, but I've been that. And so it's just, it made me die laughing because it was so funny. Simlish mention, if y'all know The Sims, shout out. Like, it's gonna make me get in my Sims era again.
It's just when he was explaining, he was like, yeah, if you ever played the first version of Sims, it was really hard because you had no weekends, so you were working, you were sleeping, and all you were doing was that. And it was just like, you know, this guy has played Sims since the freaking first version, and he is in deep. Like, oh my God. Like, that's like me when I talk about movies. Like, it is literally so cute for him to just have a geek out moment with this girl. Also, freaking Marcy is dressed up as Princess Cinderella. Like, she looks gorgeous, insane. So I get why he's fallen in love with her. Also, in the beginning of the movie, doesn't Roman say something like, I like boobs, but I just want a girl who's nice? And it's like, Marcy.
And then Dennis is like, girls who are nice can't have boobs. And then Marcy, just the human embodiment of the most beautiful woman you've ever seen, and the like kindest sweetest human being.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's why they're perfect.
Yeah. But Denny jealous.
Denny quite jealous, because then Marcy enters the picture and they go on a double date with
Chris Parfetti. George. And Marcy. And like, Chris Parfetti was with Rocky at the beginning of the movie, and he was there when Rocky got hit by the car. Yes.
So like, George Parfetti George does not know like where he knows Dennis from, but like, it's obvious they don't really have a connection, and Dennis is just watching Marcy and Roman, their relationship unfold, and like the jealousy inside is brewing. He's seething. Yeah, because I feel like the movie makes you want to think like, oh, George is gonna remember that he's the one who did this, and like, it was the crazy man screaming in the street. Yes, it makes you want to believe that like, oh, George is gonna be the one to remember, but Marcy's a sleuth. It was Marcy. But we have this really fun sequence of them in like one of these like light show museums or whatever. Mm-hmm. And this was so much fun to me because it wasn't a lot of like filmmaking tricks, but like using the fun space you're in to just like play. And like, I had a gasp moment where like they were running through the lights because I thought we were doing something crazy film wise, but it was just them playing with the lights. And I was like, that's still a beautiful, like, that was a beautiful shot to like look at and play with. Dennis is basically third wheeling this entire time in the light show. And then he has like a little panic attack in one of the rooms because Marcy is on to him. And like, Marcy is smart. She mentions she's a psychology major, and she sits and she does reception. So like, bro, Dennis has this awful line when she goes, yeah, I studied psychology. And then he goes, well, that's why you do reception. It's like, oh my God, like, don't be mean. Don't be mean to my girl. Like, it also like, her character is supposed to be like the like, she's nice and bubbly and sweet and like nothing, she can't hurt a fly. So like, obviously there's imperfections like with her. We don't obviously see them as the audience members. Yeah. So from as far as we know, we're like, Dennis, why would you say that? Never say that again to a woman. Don't talk about her like that. But like, I have many psychology major friends, okay? And they all have jobs in their field. No, okay. Well, even if they don't, like, they're obviously smarter than you because you got a major in graphic design. Eat them up. We both got degrees in creative things, so we have nothing to say. Our film degree during the podcast, it's fine. We love it. We have nothing to say. Yeah. But yeah, this light show, this didn't remind me of my film at all, but like, it reminded me of how for like my thesis that I made in school, how I just used like Brooklyn, and people were like, this is beautiful, and I was like, well, I just used outside. Yes, it's like, it's not anything special with the camera or filmmaking wise. You just picked a good environment, and you did do that with like New York City in your thesis, and just where they placed this these characters for this kind of pivotal scene where Marcy's like detective sleuthing Dennis. It was just a great something that like you don't really think of when you're watching a movie, but you need to put these moments in certain places. And it just reminded me of like how making a movie is so hard, and that this was such a great use of space and like just location. And I'm sure they had to like rent out this place or pay something to film here, but of course, like the idea of like, this could have been in anywhere, but they chose this place, which great decision. Beautiful decision. Do we go home for Christmas now? Yeah. Or something happened? I thought about the phone call to the catalyst for going home for Christmas. Talk about it. What is it? The phone call? So Marcy and Dylan O'Brien are hanging out, and Dennis calls them. Okay, this scene had me in stitches because
they are literally FUCKing in the bed. And they get a call from Denis. Sorry, I keep saying it French because it's really fun to me. They get a call from Denis, and Roman picks up the phone. He's inside her. Like he's inside her.
And they're just having a conversation, and Marcy's okay with it, from what it seems.
Marcy's the cutest girl in the world. I need her so bad.
She's the one who says answer the phone, which is
crazy.
Wouldn't do that, first of all, but
like, and then what's really fun is like they mute the phone, and then we go to Dennis's sound.
Yes, it's a split screen again,
playing with diegetic sound. I love it.
It's a split screen again, but we're hearing like Dennis's perspective of it, and it's really unexpected when it clips to it, like when the phone call it goes on hold.
When it mutes, it straight up mutes their side of the split screen, and then when we're back, we hear it through the phone.
Mm-hmm. Why don't you come over for Christmas?
Yes. Also, there's a moment when they're on the phone when he thrusts. Like, sorry, but like the scene was crazy.
Crazy scene.
Crazy. Anyways, let's move past it. We're home for Christmas. Miss Mom is here again.
Their relationship is obviously estranged, and it's very obvious because when they first walk in, no decorations for Christmas, and
no, she's grieving.
He's grieving too, and like it's such a funny scene because it cuts between it cuts between this, and they're full on arguing in the kitchen, and then Marcy and Dennis are just playing Jenga, and then they're fighting, and in between the fight, Lisa, the mom, comes in and says, "Oh, do you want wine with dinner?" And Marcy's like, "Yeah, that'd be great." Yeah. And then they just continue fighting, and like
the actress's name is Lauren Graham. I recognized her from the moment I saw her. I don't know what I recognize her from, but like I feel like she's kind of a character actress, and that scene in particular is so funny to me. Also, them playing Jenga, which is like you have to be so careful to not topple the thing over, kind of like the freaking family that they're all yelling at each other. Layers. Anyways. layers. Then they go on a walk. The couple goes on a walk.
Yeah.
Have they exchanged gifts yet?
They have.
Okay. Are the gifts important? What do they give?
I mean, I know like they're in bed. They're in the twin bunk bed.
Yes,
him and Marcy.
He's above.
And he's talking to Marcy, and you think it's just them talking, and then Dennis is like, I thought that too, and you see it like they're all in the bunk bed together, which is really hilarious. And they exchange gifts, and the gifts are subpar from Dennis, like socks and a gift card, which real
gift card to Olive Garden. Also Marcy just being like, thank you, I love Olive Garden, this card is so sweet. Marcy, I need you. I'm sorry, like
I love you,
Marcy. You are the sweetest little puppy dog in the world.
You're my girl.
But I just want to talk about like when Dennis and the mom are alone together.
This is also like, it's subtly very like heavy and deep, but it's masked in all these like fights and finding out Dennis's real identity and like things like that.
Yeah.
But it's a heavy moment.
Yeah. So Roman and Marcy go on a walk. Dennis is like rummaging through his closet.
He's like sniffing his clothes and things like that.
Freaking weirdo. I'm sorry.
He's weird. But
he's weird. Lisa comes in and she's like, you like Pokemon cards? You want them? And like, she's just being a grieving mother, just being like, take these things that I can't hold space for anymore. And then she says something like, yeah, when both my when Rocky moved out, he left all of his crap with me. I'm a storage unit.
Line number one.
I was just like, that is the most insane thing you could possibly write, because I know, I mean, I'm not a mother, but I think every single mother probably feels this way. Just like, my mom gets so sad that like I don't come home enough, and just like feeling like, oh, my stuff is in another state, but I live here and this is my home now. And just like the feeling of like, I'm a storage unit, I exist to be like a storage unit for my children who have moved on from me, is just like kind of the most heartbreaking thing I've ever heard. So yeah.
Yeah, I recently just told my mom to throw away 2 of my trophies from dance competition because she was like, they don't fit in on your shelf where you have all of your stuff. So like, we want to build another shelf. And I said, why are you building another shelf? They're plastic. Just throw them away. And like, we were laughing about it, but it made me think of like, I have some clothes there. I have like whenever I go home for winter, I clean out one thing in my room. And like, my room is slowly becoming not my room anymore.
And it's so sad.
Which it is sad. And it's so sad to think like my parents own our house, which is great because we've paid everything off. But like, my sister and I are going to inherit this storage unit one day of not only our stuff, but like my parents. And to think like I'm leaving my parents to be stored, like to be my storage unit for things is
no. Yeah, my parents are cleaning out the attic right now, and it's just like they're like, we don't want to have you guys deal with it when we're gone. And I'm like, please stop talking, because like, I would love to deal with all of the crap that I have to go through when the time comes to remember that I have a family, that a family has existed before me. Sorry, I'm being really deep about this one line in Twinless, but like,
she also says the worst thing that can happen is your children passing away, but it doesn't feel like it right now. And like,
yeah,
there's something along those lines.
She says like, they say that the worst thing that can happen is you losing a child, but I don't think it's that.
Yeah.
And what she means is losing one half of a kid, or like losing like both but one's still alive. Like, it's just really, really depressing. This mom has got wisdom. This mom got wisdom.
And she like can't even wake up for opening Christmas gifts on the day of Christmas, and like, you just know she's grieving so hard.
She depressed as hell. Yeah.
So like, there's random heavy moments in this movie, but it's disguised in so much comedy and like funny laughter and like fun and like witty, but it's actually really sad.
So this is actually really, really sad.
Yeah.
And then Marcy,
she calls a meeting with Dennis.
Thank you for joining me.
She says those exact words, and they're in the conference room.
Really funny.
And she says it right there. I know you're lying, and you have to tell Roman.
Yeah. And then Marcy does this really sweet thing that I think is really hard to do when you're in a situation like this. She tells Roman she can't see him until he talks with Dennis. And I feel like I might have, like, if I was in this situation, I might have still like hung out with my boyfriend while I was knowing a secret.
Yeah.
She makes a really smart decision to be like, we're just not going to see each other until this thing that's out of my control happens. And then do they go back to the hotel, a hockey game?
They go to a hockey game, and then they go back to the hotel.
Foot massage. So Dennis is drunk. Dennis is drunk as Ferk.
Probably his way of coping with having to deliver this news.
Of course. And then he gives freaking Roman a foot massage. He sucks on his toe, which is like, was a big gasp in the theater. This is why you should see it with the crowd. Like, this moment we were all like, oh my god.
Yeah, I knew. I was like, it's coming.
From the moment he like ducked his head down, I was like, oh god.
From the moment.
And the thing about Roman is he's so nice. He was like, hey it's fine, just don't do it again. I'm not into that. Like, Roman, stop being so kind.
And like, Roman's like made out to be like not like the brightest bulb
tool in the shed.
The brightest tool in the shed, as he says. And like, but like, he still has like empathy and like kindness, and he has issues, but like, he's still like a human being, and like at the end of the day has like human emotions, and like, he's
such
more than just a meathead.
Written character, bro.
Because
then we meet Mark. Because okay, so the first thing that happens in the movie is Dennis laughs at him when he gets something wrong. Then Marcy corrects him a bunch of times, never laughs at him. Like, Marcy is truly like his other half,
which is why they're perfect, and it makes sense that they're perfect. They're not just getting together because they're getting together.
Anyways, Dennis tells him Roman crashes out.
Roman crashes
out. Biggest crash out of the century. Basically breaks his freaking nose. Like,
beats him, and I thought he was for a second. Sorry. Oops. It's okay. But I see him on the floor, and his eyes just opened, and he didn't move, and I got nervous. And then I realized.
Of course.
This is their breakup.
They've broken up.
They've officially broken up.
Yeah.
It's a big explosive breakup too, though.
He tells both that he doesn't have a twin, and also he was there when Rocky passes.
Yeah, which he's the man in the street.
Yelling,
That kind of is the reason why.
And Roman said previously in the movie, when I meet that guy, I'm gonna punch his face off. Like, he's said multiple times that, like, oh, if I ever figure out who this guy is, he's no longer alive. Like, so that's why it was such like a huge moment.
Yeah. And then they kind of like get on with their lives.
Yeah.
I mean, Dennis quits his job because Marcy's obviously there, and Roman is now living with Marcy, and it like jumps in time, but we see like the characters just like
growing together.
Yeah.
There's a moment when so Roman can't find his brother's sweater, and he's like crashing out verbally in his brother's room, and Marcy comes in and she's like, oh, well, have you looked here? Like, let's try to help you find it. And then he yells at her, yells at her. And my favorite thing is Marcy goes, you can't speak to me that way. She doesn't even say like, hey, it's okay, like, you're gonna be okay. She goes, hey, so you can't speak to me that way, but I forgive you. And I was like, Marcy is a woman. Marcy is a full character. Marcy is someone who does not take his crap.
Marcy's teaching me things.
No, when Marcy was like, hey, you can't speak to me that way. And then he goes, oh, you're right, I'm sorry.
He says, I don't deserve you, or I don't deserve your forgiveness or something. And she says, apologies are given, not or
forgiveness doesn't need to be deserved.
Yes.
It's like, it doesn't matter if you deserve it. It's my forgiveness to give. And like, I love how she put her foot down, because
it shows that you can't walk all over us. Like,
she's not a doormat. And like, on it, like, as a young woman, it's very hard to stand up to scary men who yell at you, and to be like, hey, you cannot speak to me that way when a man is yelling at you, is like honestly one of the hardest things you can do.
And like, even in like the next scenes that come, Roman is like, oh, I want you now, I just want to like hang out with you. And she's like, I said 30 minutes, I'm making a puzzle.
And then he's like, what do you want for dinner tonight? And she's like, didn't I tell you I'm going to dinner with my friends? Like, I love Marcy because she is this independent, loving girlfriend who also has like standards and like expectations and boundaries. Yeah, because he like comes over to hug her and she's like, not right now, I'm doing my damn puzzle.
I love Marcy as a character. She's such a well-written woman, and she's a freaking woman. She's not just like an accessory. She's not a side piece. She's not a side character. She is probably like one of the most important characters, and she has so much emotional depth and wisdom, and she teaches all of our characters something.
Yeah. Shout out freaking Marcy, MVP of the movie. Like, I think if you're not paying attention enough, you might miss it. But Marcy is truly like, I love this character, how she was written, how she acts, how she's pivotal to the story.
And James Sweeny, that's a woman.
That's a woman.
You wrote that. Like, you should be so proud.
Men can do it. They can write women. They just don't.
Men can do it.
they just don't want to.
Exactly. We get to the end. How are we gonna wrap this up? That's how I think. I'm like, where do we go now? What are we gonna do? And we just talked about this scene where she's like, I told you it's girls' night, and Roman kind of, at least me as the audience member, I'm like, he misses Dennis. He misses his companion. He misses companionship. Like,
I low-key agree with you though. I do think he does miss Dennis in a way. It's just Dennis was a lie.
Yeah, he misses, like, because he's a twin, and so I obviously don't have a twin experience, but like, he misses just someone to do things with. And like, the foundation of actually my relationship is texting my boyfriend, who was my boyfriend at the time, do you just want to come and do nothing with me? And like, the idea of doing nothing with someone is like the ideal, honestly. It's something, if you can like sit in silence with someone or just share like a space with someone, that is so beautiful. And like, he could do that with Dennis. And so when he can't do it anymore, and he doesn't have Marcy to, again, rely on, because she's a freaking woman.
Independent woman.
She has things to do. She is not caught up in this relationship. It's like, great, now like, what do I do? And he misses friend. Like,
so he meets up with Dennis, right, at the diner.
mm-hmm. This is like the post breakup combo you have.
Yeah.
Post breakup clarity and like the piece that you need to move on with.
Yeah. It's so earlier in the movie, Dennis says he's never broken a bone, and then he walks in with a sling on his arm, which I think is just like another funny like quirk. That's just like they got every detail in this movie. Also, the sandwich thing happens again, where he's like, "I shouldn't have ordered this. Do you want half of it?" And then we get the reveal of the book cover, which is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
We didn't talk about the gift that Roman gives Dennis, but Roman gives Dennis the Giving Tree with a blank cover, which is like an iconic cover, the Giving Tree. And he says, yeah, this is the only book I've read twice. And
this himbo. And so there's this himbo.
I want you to redesign the cover for me, which like you would think is like a really sweet thing until Dennis says the Giving Tree is only the most iconic cover.
Yeah.
And so it's like, and like, of course, Roman doesn't know different, but like,
yeah,
it's sweet.
But
and
he redesigns it. And what does he do? He crashes a car into a tree on the cover.
And the little boy is sitting on the floor. It's crazy. And
that was another moment where it was just like,
what does he say?
This might be in poor taste or something. He goes, sorry if this is in poor taste. And he goes, yeah, it is.
He says it's definitely in poor taste.
But then he keeps it.
Yeah. And like the conversation they have is, it's hard for me to remember, but from the gist of it is like, I don't appreciate what you did, but I like I'm empathizing our relationship, and I'm like, I'm mourning our relationship. There we go. Yeah. I'm mourning our relationship. I'm mourning our bond. I'm just really upset that it was all built off of a lie.
Yeah. He ends up eating half of his sandwich,
or like a bite of it,
and then the last line is the waiter comes over, and together in unison they'd say,
well, she says, do you want a box for this, or do you want a box, or what are they? I don't know.
She says, she goes, can I get you guys anything else or something? And then they both say, we'd like one box please, or something like that. Basically they say a really long sentence together in unison. And throwback to earlier in the movie when Dennis asked Rocky, what's the longest sentence you said in unison together? And like, I don't know,
it's like, can we get bagels or something?
Yeah, it's just like they basically are twins. I don't know, like that being the last, because I was also like, how are they gonna wrap this up? How are they gonna finish this movie? That's always my thought when the movie's been so good, because you can nail an ending. It's so hard to nail an ending. You can fail an ending really easily, but for the last line to be them said in unison is just so Twinless. Like, and it shows like, because like sometimes I just be saying like, oh my god, we're twins, and like you just say that to people like when you say something and, like you wear the same thing or you say the same thing, but like it truly like it shows that like twins you are born with, yes, and like it's definitely a different bond between twins than it is friends, but it also shows how like your friends and you and like your relationships morph together and how y'all sync up. You do, literally. And it reminds me of how like even though you're not twins and you'll never have that bond specifically, you have a deep bond with someone where it feels almost like you were born together and you are supposed to be at each other's hip at all times. So when I start sobbing, and that's what it reminded me of, 'cause it's just like you don't have to be born together to be connected to someone in that sense. And so yes. I thought that was so beautiful, and I loved this movie for so many reasons. It was really good. And not to call you out, but Sarah did say something like, I'm gonna go see another mid-movie. I literally was like, because I saw Love Brooklyn before this. We didn't chat about that, but oh, sorry. It's okay. We'll chat about it another time. But I saw Love Brooklyn and this in the same day, and I was like, I'm expecting Twinless to just be another mid movie, but that means like one movie closer to the good ones. And then I was completely wrong, and I love that. Like, continue to prove me wrong. And I'm gonna remind you of one thing you did this year where you said,
oh yeah, Sinners
Sinners
is probably gonna be really bad and I'm not gonna go see it. And I said,
Okay.
actually, it's gonna be really good. So
Okay.
I said it might be mid, but I'm gonna go support Ryan Coogler. And guess what? Sinners is the best movie of the year.
We all have our moments, okay?
Some with Sinners, some with Twinless. Who's to say?
That was rude what you just did, because I had a reason for it. Michael B. Jordan was being a little annoying, and Ryan Coogler hadn't dropped the Kodak video yet. Okay.
But he dropped Black Panther, Fruitvale Station.
Okay. I was big on not supporting Michael B. Jordan.
I understand.
Okay. Guys, do not come for me. Sinners is my #1 movie of the year. I freaking love that movie, okay? But
please forgive me.
Please forgive us, me and Sarah, for saying that, because that was really insane. But
but I'll say I was wrong, and I like when I'm proved wrong, especially when I have an amazing time at the movies.
Twinless has hit the top 5. It's definitely going to change and get rearranged as the year goes on, but currently Twinless is in the top 5.
I want to see how this holds up on another rewatch now, but then another rewatch like a year from now. I want to see it, but like Caught Stealing, I see myself turning this on when I just want to have a good time.
Yeah.
Could be like a party movie too.
It could, for sure.
It's really funny, and like I just want to see like who I can watch this with, and like how the humor will stand with me, because it was really funny on first watch and I was like, comedies are back, but I want to like reel that in and make sure, because I this could be a potential 5-star club member for me.
Yes.
I really like this movie.
So there's like 6 songs in the soundtrack. Every song hits, and then the score basically has like the same leitmotif the entire time. And like I just think that's another part of the movie that I think is done really well. When the score is dropped, when the songs come in, really, really good stuff. And James Sweeny, we're gonna be your fans for like whatever you create next. Same thing. This is such an Ava Victor situation of like, you have found a fan, you have found people that you are inspiring through your work of writing, directing, and acting. And like, this is such a cool like resurgence we're having now of these like triple threats. And they're all young people, they're all smart, they're all passionate about movies, and I freaking love it.
Yeah, I really am excited to see where both Ava Victor and James Sweeney go next, because they were Sundance films that released later in the year. This got the audience choice at Sundance, and I said this is like Cooper Raiff vibes, like
You and I agree. You said that right after the movie, and I was like, it is so Cooper Raiff vibes,
because Cooper Raiff always gets that audience award, but he's not like winning like best drama, because like Sundance is very weird about their awards. They're like kind of stingy, and they don't like fun sometimes. Love you, Sundance, so but even Sorry Baby like didn't get like a big award at Sundance. It got like a writing award, which like is great. And like I see that trend, especially with like just movies that we like, or that I like, that come out of Sundance. They don't always win like a big thing, but they get like an audience, or they get like a cutie award. But I'm really excited. I tried to watch Straight Up, the other movie that James Sweeney directed, I believe. I don't know if he wrote it or not, but I'm gonna find it somewhere and I'm gonna watch.
We're gonna find it.
Yeah.
What a great movie. We were so pleasantly surprised with this movie.
Yes.
I would go see it. Unless you're a twin, then maybe think twice.
Tread lightly if you're a twin.
Tread lightly.
But it's getting exciting.
Get hype for the rest of the year. We're freaking hype. It's gonna be so much fun.
This month in particular, as you know, NIF is happening. So like, we're not going to spoil those movies because they haven't been released yet, but we are going to like have a full debrief.
We got a debrief. We're going to talk about them. We're not going to spoil them. We're not going to spoil them because they're not out yet, but we need you guys to clock in for the NIF pods because you're going to learn some stuff.
We're going to do the inside scoop.
Inside scoop on the movies of the season.
You're not only getting the stock report, but our stock report.
The personal stock report. And you know whose opinions matter the most?
Us.
Yeah. So get into it.
Yeah.
I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast.
Yeah. Freaking.
Please keep leaving us podcasts. Please keep leaving us comments. We love reading them so much.
Please keep liking these videos too, because it gives us more
to know what we're doing right.
Yeah.
It helps us know what y'all like. We know y'all want the couch back. We're trying. We're working on the couch
There's
back.
been some scheduling issues with the couch.
It's okay. Hey, my bed is just as good.
And my room is just as good too. So like
Not too much on the locations.
It's fun to switch up the locations.
Yeah. But if you've seen Twinless, drop in the the comments what you think of Twinless. And also, what other movies are you excited for us to talk about? Because we're probably going to talk about all of them. So, yeah.
With that,
bye.
See you next Thursday.